Hey everybody, it's Kyle from Growing Up Garden. On today's episode, I'm going to show you guys how to successfully propagate grapevine cuttings. Now these cuttings that I have here came from my wife's grandfather's property up in Groveland, California. The variety is Red Flame, and they are one of my favorite grapes to eat during the summer. So we're going to head over to the place that we'll be planting these and show you guys how to do that.
So this is the first step. You're going to want to take your cutting. This cutting I have here is roughly 2 feet long. You're going to want to find the bud towards the bottom of it. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to scrape back some of that bark right underneath the bud. Now when you scrape through the bark, you want to just get through until you see the green layer. In the video you can see the green coming through. I've already scraped quite a bit of it off. And you don't have to scrape too much, you just got to scrape a little bit. I kind of went overboard and scraped down further, but that's all you're really going to need. And that just helps the roots grow. It'll grow right out of that area underneath the bud. Okay, so let's head on to the next step. Okay, so the next step is you guys are going to want to get yourself some rooting hormone. I'm using the Root Boost rooting hormone. I got this at my local Ace Hardware. I forget what the price was. I think it was under 10 bucks. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to dip my cutting in some water first. That way the hormone will stick to the cutting easily. And then I just dipped it in the container. And I think there's an easier way you can do this. You can take some of the hormone, put it in a Ziploc bag first, and then you can apply it easier without dumping it all over the place. I actually made a huge mess trying to get it all over my cutting, but I'm also filming a video too, so that was the only way I could think of at the time. But yeah, definitely try the bag method first. That might be much easier. And then another thing you can do, if you don't have rooting hormone, you can get yourself some raw honey, and that is supposed to also help the roots grow. So definitely try both methods out and see which one works best. So this is where I'm going to plant my grapes. This is my walkway leading up to my front door of my house. And what I did is I notched a piece of concrete. I took a piece of concrete out right up against the house. I'm going to have the grapes grow up this right here and over the garage, and I'm eventually going to build a little trellis here. Okay, so I want to share with you guys what I'm going to be using for my soil mix. So the first ingredient is going to be the organic solution super char. It's like a biochar mixture. And then I'm also using the Nature's Pride Boogie blend. It's got mycorrhiza added. And then I'm going to be using the Organic Solution Growers Blend potting soil. So I had some extra laying around. And then I'm mixing all of that with my compost that I make at my house, and that's in my raised beds. So that'll be going in the hole. Okay, so I dug my hole. It's probably, I would say, maybe 10 inches deep, but the hole is really wide. I dug it wide, and I actually dug it underneath the walkway, and it actually goes into my other growing area where I have my artichoke plants. And I'm planting it sideways. As you can see, it goes sideways underneath the walkway, and this will help, get the roots to grow really well. Hopefully it'll actually root out of those other buds also. And that'll just give it a nice solid root structure deep in the ground. So I'm going to continue planting this out. Alright guys, so once you get your grapevine cutting planted, you're going to want to leave 2 of the buds above ground. So I have 3 here, so I'm going to cut the top one off, and that way I will have 2 chances for it to grow. Okay, so one final step that I'm doing is I'm going to be using the Organic Ag Products Plant Superfood. It's the pure protein that Boogie Brew sells. And you just take 2 tablespoons of it and mix it in a gallon of water. And I'm just going to dump it all over my, I'm going to water in the cutting with it. And I'm just doing this just to try to get the best results possible. I really want these things to grow. And when I used this stuff in my own garden this year, the growth of the plants was just incredible. So that's pretty much it, man. That's how you start your grapevine cuttings.
All right, check it out, everybody. We got one of our grapevine cuttings to take, and as you can see, this plant's probably, I'd say, maybe 12 feet tall. You can't see the rest of it up there. I'll pan up for you guys. Blake will show you how big it's getting. Give him a little shot of the top of it. It's starting to crawl up my house. Next season, I'm probably going to build something above the garage for that to climb on. But yeah, this one's doing pretty good. It does have a little bit of kind of leaf curl. I'm not quite sure what's going on with this plant, but hopefully over the winter that'll die out and correct itself. You can see the leaves. But yeah, this one took here that I planted. I actually planted another one on the other side of my house, and that one didn't take, that variety. And I'll go show you in here. I have 2 other grape cuttings that took, and these are actually doing really good. They look pretty healthy, actually. Here's another one of my cuttings that I started. I've just been too busy to even train them or do anything with them. So yeah, that's how simple it is to start your own grapes from cuttings. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up. And definitely share this with your family and friends. And I want to thank you guys for watching. And me and Blake, we'll see you guys next time. Say bye to him.
Bye.